Okay, I got my backer piece that's going to hold the T-nuts set up or laid out and ready to go. And I marked the back of this at 4 7/16 inches. That's approximately center on this layout line. I mean, it's within, who knows, probably a 64th or a 32nd of an inch. But I'm going to register that side against my fence. I made a test cut here on this board. Set my dado set up for 5/8 of an inch. These T-nuts are a little smaller than that, so there's a little slop there, but I don't mind it because all I want to do is capture them so they don't twist. When I tighten that bolt, that's going to come through there. So I've got that set up. The depth is good. I'm below the surface here, which is perfect. So I'm ready to go. Now the thing that's going to happen here is this is going to be 4 inches on center. So I'm going to go from here over 4, then I've got to go over 8, and then I've got to go over 4 again. So I'm using my 3-2-1 setup blocks here. I've got 3 and 1 to make 4 for my first cut, or my second cut. Then I've got to get them out here. I've got to get the rest of them out because I'm going to need 8. So, yeah, I need 1 more. These things are fantastic when it comes to doing stuff like this. I mean, you don't have to worry about any math. As long as you use the same setup, you're going to end up just fine. So I'm ready to go. I'm going to cut my first slot here, move over 4, and then you'll just see me progress through these. So there you go. Those will drop in. And as long as I drill my holes here at my drill press using that same method, I'm going to use one of these to get a drill location. I'll drop my transfer punch through one of these holes, locate it with my drill bit, and then we'll set up my fence and use the same setup to jog these over. Alright, I've got things set up to go here. I've got my piece that's going to hold the T-nuts. Got it set up to drill that first 1/4 inch hole. I'm going to move over 4 inches, but I don't want to. Well, I'll make this, let's see, that's not 4. This is 4. There, and I'll drill this one. But I don't want to move this stop because I need it to make the holes in my replaceable fence. So I'm going to leave that in place. So I've brought in a couple T-nuts here. And when I get done with this cut, I'm going to hold it and then put in my second stop and then register off of the second stop. I'll show you what I mean here. Yeah, that'll work. Incidentally, you can see that because my stop extends out over my saw table or drill table, I've got just a false table here, or extended table, clamped with a quick clamp underneath there to hold that. So let me make this one. And now, I could put my stop, no, let's just do it the way I originally planned here. All right, I'm gonna hold this in place. Bring in my other stop. There you have it. Okay, I need to remove this material here so that the outward part of the runner is flush or slightly below the saw table top. So what I'm going to do here, and this is something I got ahead of myself, I should not have put these keys in just yet. I should have done this operation first. But I'm going to work around it. So what I did was I've got a couple of blocks here, scrap 1/4-inch plywood with some small pieces of double stick tape to keep them in place. And then I'm going to move this over till I get a little right to my line there. And then I'm going to have to figure out my depth of cut. Let me just see here. This thing's got a little bit of a bow in it, but that's okay. We should be all right. So this is where my first cut's going to be. I'll make a pass, adjust my depth, and then run this out till I get out to about here. Now let me finish this one off with a chisel and check the fit, and then I'll do this one. I guess I could check the fit right now. That's good. Okay, I've got my the backer part of the fence. I guess that's going to hold the disposable fence out of the clamps. I flush this up here, this overhang just a little bit. So I flushed that up. And then what I did was I brought this, I gently set it on the runners here. You know, found those keys and brought this over. I've got a center line here, and I'm just centering that up on the first tooth of the dado stack. Bringing it back. I made a mark, a witness mark on the back here. So I know that my glue, when I assemble this, my glue line will be from where I remove the material for the runners. And incidentally, I keep kicking myself that these would have been so much nicer if I'd have done that operation before I glued in those keys, but it's still going to work. So I'm making a mark back here so I know where the glue can go. So I'll apply glue here across these keys. Then I'll press this down and give it good down pressure. Then I'll take it out, gently take it out, and put some clamps on it. Let me get my glue here. Okay, line up that witness mark right there, and push it down. We're going to get some clamps on that, then we can go to work on this fence out here. Alright, there it is. It works fantastic, slides nice. If I pull it back here, it binds just a little bit. But once I get past that point right there, it moves very, very freely. Little to no play at all. So when you're cutting small pieces, I don't intend on cutting anything wider than probably 3 or 4 inches. That'd be max. But your cut zone is probably right about right there, just here to mid blade. So the one thing I don't have on here is a saw blade guard. I can't make that until I find out where the blade is coming through here. So I'm going to make my initial cut, and then we'll cut a small piece and see how she works and how square it is. Now you can't see that, But that is as square as it gets. Now the other thing that, let me just show you this, I'll bring this up close to the camera. The other thing that you can do with this, if this thing was, I don't know, way out of whack, I guess, you have the ability now, because this fence is attached with these bolts, to shim it one way or the other to get it square. But those alignment keys, that's dead nuts. Beautiful. I forgot to mention that you also need to trim these keys flush with the bottom. Otherwise, it'll end up riding on the keys rather than fully seating the runners in the miter slots. So you want it to ride on the bottom here.